Hello, YouTube. Today, I was going to talk to you guys about 209 primers. Now, I picked these Cheddites up for, I think at the time they were 73 bucks a box, which is crazy. But I did notice on Ballistic's page that it's down to like 56. But then you got to pay for shipping, so. And also notice on Precision that they're down to like 60. So that's good news. But people, the CX2000 Type 209, these are a little bigger than the rest of them. Once you start using these, you have to keep using them. But then again, like all the hauls I have, Cheddite. So the Federal and the CCIs would have a problem setting in there real nice. They'd have a chance to come out. And that's a bummer that they can't get together and make that a better process of fitting all in every shell. And I've been using these and they seem to be working fine. But I haven't even tested my rounds yet. Haven't even been busy. Just haven't been feeling all up to doing anything. A friend came back from elk hunting, so we got to listen to his elk hunting stories. He missed it. But his grandpa got one, so that's good. And then boys were out pheasant hunting. They got 6. And actually, I lost a couple out of the freezer because his girlfriend made them for him. But this Cheddite primers, they're not a bad primer. And I can't remember the last time I seen a Federal or a CCI primers for sale in our stores around here. Even our gun store, they haven't seen 209 primers in like 2 years, maybe 3 years. And I don't think they're hard off on the search for reloading stuff because they want to sell shells and guns. You know, I mean, right now they're packed. You go in there and it's busy. There's orange people walking all over the place. It seems as if they go from one place to the other. But I've been having good luck with these Cheddite primers. They all seem to fire. I can't complain about that. They all stayed in their hauls. And the last Federal 209 primers I got were Magnums, which don't bother me at all. I can't tell there's a huge difference between a Magnum and a regular one. To me, a Magnum is for extreme cold to make sure that that gun's going to fire. And people say, you know, it brings up the pressures. I did order the steel book from Ballistic. I just wanted to see if they're so much higher than Precision. What I can see, what they let you see, they're not. You know, their feet is in that 13 to 1400 foot. Everybody's got to be safe. You got to know what you're doing. Not really know. When you publicly publish a load, you're responsible for that publish. But then it comes back on us. You got to make sure you're doing things right. I blew up a Russian handgun one time because I must have double tapped it on the powder. And you don't even notice. But I bought the RBC check die that makes sure that it's going to be in the ballpark. And that seemed to work a lot better. And the thing about that progressive press is that you got to keep pumping it all the way down. You can't do the half pump because that's going to double tap that powder drop. And then it'll stop because it hit the RCBS check die. But I haven't reloaded 9mm in a while. Haven't reloaded much of anything again. Been kind of just hanging back, chillaxing, because they're out pheasant hunting. And one of my boys has got this home defense shotgun. In our state, we can drive around with a loaded shotgun in the vehicle. A loaded gun, period. Doesn't matter what gun it is. You can drive around in South Dakota with a loaded gun. And we do. And we shoot pheasants off the road. Long as it's, you know, there's a few rules you got to abide by. But it's like you can't hunt on access road, which would be the interstates. You can't, there's a few big highways they don't want you to pull over and ground pound pheasants either. But like there's tons of gravel roads over here. You start driving up and down them, You'll see them, especially when the sun is starting to set. That's why they don't let you hunt pheasants in the morning until 10 a.m. because, you know, they're out there. When I go duck hunting in the morning, I see them all over the place. Where do they go from there? I have no idea. But these are the Cheddite primers I have been using. And I think I got like 5,000 of these. And they're out there. You just got to keep your eye out. But I've been unsuccessful in finding any of the Federal, CCI, Remington. I even think at one time I had a pack of Remington 209s. That's been years ago, but you know, and to top it all off, I'd pay, I was heartbroken to pay $4 for one of these flats. It just drove me insane, and now you're going to pay 10 to $6. I think there's 10 boxes in here, but they work. I can't complain. I can't tell any difference between these and the Federal. Only the size thing matters, because if you start using these in your Federal or your Winchesters, you're going to notice that you're going to gap that hole a little more. And when you go back to the Federal or the CCI, they're not going to be the same size. There's a chance of that primer popping out. And that's a chance of your powder and all that. Mostly your powder, but then, you know, if your primer's sticking out a little bit, it'll hang up in there. But he's been shooting his home defense shotgun at pheasants. And he's pretty quick with it. He can get out of the truck pretty fast to start pounding on some birds. I wasn't there. Wish I was. They went out last night and didn't get a one. They said the birds are getting smarter, staying away from the road. Because if you go by an established farm place where people are living, that is called a safety zone. And if you're a farmer, you can put up those safety zone plaques. Like, I can't remember if it was 300 feet or 300 yards. But you have to stay into them or stay out of them. When you're road hunting, you go through them, but you can't get out and shoot, but you wish you could, because that's where all the pheasants are starting to migrate around these places. And we're done with harvest. Corn's out, beans are out. Boys said there's a couple of guys in some sorghum fields, and he goes, that was good hunting too, because that's sorghum. Pheasants love that sorghum. Any kind of bird loves that sorghum. But Cheddite primers, they seem to be working for me. $60 for a box of primers though. Man, that's steep. But it's worth it, because it's come to our, like T-Shot 3.5s are selling for $40 a box. That's just outrageous. But what else can we do? You know, the market has to come down. But it's a thing of the past. There's no more cheap prices on any kind of firearms, anything like that. We're just going to have to take it. That's about it. That's all I have to say today. Thought I'd put a video out there of these Cheddite primers. Thanks for watching.